Get a £5 free bet every week with Offer Club from William Hill. Simply stake a total of £20 or more across the week on pre-match football accumulators with 4 or more selections, and you'll get a £5 free bet on the Friday. Join William Hill Offer Club on mobile or online now.
This is James Holder for Rifle TV in association with Matt Jim Mabau. With me, I've got GB heavyweight Lawrence Okolie.
Yeah.
Just want to talk a little bit about some of the current affairs that's going on. Firstly, how are you, Lawrence, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Yeah.
Good. The reason I've got you here, obviously, we've seen some news regarding Anthony Joshua's potential next fight.
Yeah.
I know you know Anthony Joshua very well. Parker's been mentioned, Stavern, Vetkin. What are your thoughts on them 3 opponents for Anthony Joshua?
Obviously, at this stage now in his career, he's going to be getting involved in harder, like stiffer competition. But obviously, from speaking to him, I know that he's pumped and ready to get the great training camps in and compete against these obviously great boxers. But I believe he has the tools and attributes, if trained correctly, to beat all of them.
Break him down a little bit. Bermain Stavern, we've seen him in action a little bit. We saw him notably against Deontay Wilder when he lost his title. Very tough man, Stavern. He's very game. How much of a test do you think he could potentially be for Joshua?
He could potentially be a big test, but being strong and game aren't really the kind of attributes you kind of need, like want with Joshua, because obviously he's a very strong and good puncher, and also he's a good boxer, so he can see through the tight sort of guards slugger. So I don't think it will be enough, but it might be good, obviously, maybe to push him past the 8-9 rounds, whatever, to obviously help him when he's experienced. But I don't see them posing enough of a threat.
A lot of people have spoke about Parker as well as potential opponent. He seems to be fighting fighters that have not got the sort of reputation and calibre that British fans would have sort of known. But what chances do you give someone like Parker with Joshua?
I'm just gonna keep saying none about all these guys. I don't. Obviously, any fighter has a punching chance, especially at heavyweight. But once again, I've seen him. I saw him in his last fight. You can't judge everyone on just one fight, but just his attributes. He's fast and whatever, but he's not as big, obviously, and have the same kind of reach as Joshua. So Joshua should be able to obviously keep a long, land good, powerful punches and deal with them, I reckon. And from what I've seen.
What's it like sparring Joshua? What's he like sort of training? How hard does he sort of go in comparison to other boxers in sparring?
Obviously sparring is good, but people don't take how much he actually thinks in the ring, because obviously he's known for being a knockout artist, so on and so forth. But I think at the weights, like probably above 81 kilos above, anyone can kind of punch, but it's about being smart enough to get your punches off. So when you're in there with him, you actually have to be switched on, not because he's a big puncher, but because he knows when to punch, why to punch, and it's good learning experience being in there with him. Yeah. What's
he like to be around? Did you sort of gauge and get advice from him when you're sort of around him? And if so, what sort of some of the things that stays with you that he's told you?
Like he's just obviously anyone that comes across him ain't really got nothing bad to say about him. He's cool. When I met him, he was already Olympic champion doing his thing, and I didn't feel out of place being around him and his people. So it was obviously he's a good person in that way. But in terms of advice and experience, he feels no way about just dishing it out, because a lot of people, they get experience and like knowledge and they want to keep it to themselves, obviously, because knowledge is power. But he seems to be the type of person that wants to distill it onto you. So he said stuff like, even when it comes to just normal fighting tips, like go in there, relax your shoulders, box, those little things make a big difference. So obviously it's fantastic.
We've obviously got some massive fights coming up. Gennady Golovkin coming over to take on Kell Brook. Massive fight, massive opportunity for Kell Brook.
Yeah.
A lot of people British fans are giving him a chance. What are your thoughts on that fight?
Obviously it's going to be a big task, because when you're boxing someone who's naturally bigger than you, other stuff comes into play. Because I think Brook's fast and a great boxer, so obviously when it comes to skill for skill, they're not too far off. However, it's the stuff of extra weight when it gets to later rounds, the holding, the pushing, the shoving, the way the shots feel, it's going to be difficult for him. But if he gets his game plan right and is sharp and Golovkin can't catch up with him, I give him every chance. But if obviously Golovkin cuts the ring down well and lands good shots, I'm not 100% sure how he's going to do. But we have to see on the day how they look in there. But yes, I think that if he can box well, he has a chance of outboxing him. But if not, then if you can't take Golovkin's power, then yeah.
Is there still a buzz in the amateur scene about what Golovkin did as an amateur, not just him, like the likes of Vasyl Lomachenko? Do amateur fighters, do you guys still sort of talk about their achievements in boxing?
Yeah, I mean, we talk about people like Lomachenko. Obviously, I'm quite new in the international scene, but people like Lomachenko and that are still ring. But obviously, I think Golovkin might have been a few like amateur generations before, so not as much. But obviously, what he's done obviously still stands. But like we more talk about the more new talent.
Anyone we should be looking out for here on IFL TV who's impressed you personally? Doesn't have to be an Olympian, doesn't have to be, so it might be someone that we haven't got on our radar as of yet.
The only boxers I really know are a few that train in my gym in Hackney and Great Britain set up, so you kind of like know most of them, but obviously look out for myself, as you do. I think Buatsi's obviously going to make a good pro, and Pat McCormack, and he's like, there's something about that guy I like when it comes to boxing. And last one, Fraser Clark. I don't know if you know of him yet.
Big heavyweight Fraser Clark. He was unlucky to lose out to Joe Joyce in not getting a place.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm just going to drop a stat for you. He beat 6 of Olympians that went at the super heavyweight for this Olympics. He beat 6 of them, like not in a row, but like he beat 6 of them on the trot that had managed to go to the Olympics. So that, and in the super heavyweight division, there's only 18 boxers, so he beat a third of the ones that are in the Olympics. So if you put that in medal terms, that's basically like a minimum of a bronze. But it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate there was just Joe Joyce in this country, but it's what it is. He's still got a big career ahead of him. I'm excited about him.
Do you know what I liked about him as well? Having not been given the nod to go to the Olympics, he went out there to cheer on his teammates and friends onto victory, which I think is a fantastic quality to have. Man.
No, he's a good person as well. Like, I mean, being on the GB team, you get to come across people that, especially when I was so inexperienced when I got on the team, and they'd all been Europeans, worlds, whatever. Just as a whole, they're all very like accommodating and accepting, and there's not too much egos, and it made it easier for me and someone like Galal, fighter, to slide on the team and become more like a family. But someone like Fraser, big respect to him for coming out, showing support. He was giving me advice, massive support, and it's genuine with him, where like you know that it's coming from a good place.
All right, well, listen, on that note, thank you very much for coming to IFL TV. To get you on twice in as many days is great, so we do appreciate it, mate.
It's all right,
and we'll catch you again real soon.
Thank you.
Cheers, Lawrence.
Cheers.
Get a £5 free bet every week with Offer Club from William Hill. Simply stake a total of £20 or more across the week on pre-match football accumulators with 4 or more selections, and you'll get a £5 free bet on the Friday. Join William Hill Offer Club on mobile or online now.